last year. What's sort of your overall view of how the year went, and what is this reflection like on that, kind of getting to where you got to?
Yeah, super happy with how the year went. If I were to tell you I was going to make my debut that year, I would have told you you're wrong, because for how the year started, how slow the start I got off to in Memphis, it was just bad. But then being able to have great coaches down in AAA to help me flip the script a little bit, really start to catch fire and end the season the way it did, couldn't ask for anything more.
We talked to front office guys about kind of this team is and kind of how they're structuring things. You're one of the guys who here as a pioneer to create opportunities for young players. You're just to make it set, right? What's that feeling like, and kind of how do you look at that opportunity for you to see it?
Yeah, super humbling. It's encouraging that guys like that have that much trust in me, just with the small sample size that I got last year. I'm super excited for this team. Hearing about all the young guys, giving the young guys chances, being around the young guys as much as I have, coming up with them in the minors, them being my best friends, playing baseball. I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of build this organization with a good foundation of young guys.
Like the way you pitched in San Francisco to end the year, how much was that kind of jet fuel to drive you into the offseason?
Oh, such a great way to end the season. You never want to end the season on a poor note, because then you have the entire offseason. Think about that last game. Luckily, it was a great game, pitched in front of family and friends, and just each time I was out there in the big leagues this year just gave me that much more confidence that my stuff plays in the zone up here.
You mentioned
drive you through those workouts.
Oh yeah, just a little bit more.
You mentioned the tough start to your minor league season and ending on such a strong note at the end of the year. At what point during the middle part of the season did it start coming together for you? Was it the development of the cutter, or was it, as they worked with you, as the coaches worked with you, something just kind of clicked?
Yeah, I'd say starting from June 1st is where the season kind of got turned around. Darwin Marrero, the pitching coach in AAA, has been my mentor throughout, I'd say, the entire minor league stint. I've had him in AA, 22, 23 Memphis, and 24 this year as well. Talked to him a bunch. We're trying to get the velo back because it was cold. That's an excuse you can use, but certainly nothing I wanted to ride on. So we got long toss going again, more high intent throws, and just built more stamina, got the velocity back a little bit, and was able to just use that as jet fuel to kind of just take off pretty much.
What are some of the other things that you've done with your kind of pitch mix that you've looked to build off of?
Yeah, I think there's nothing really too much with the pitch mix. Refining the cutter is always a huge part. For how much we struggled with it this year until maybe the last month of season. Just kind of location-wise, consistently-wise with it. But in terms of the other pitches, just kind of, sharpen it up a little bit, but nothing too drastic with it. Just been focusing more on my body this offseason.
Mike, you've been to spring training before, but this is the first time where you are not only on the 40-man roster, but have a legitimate chance to make this rotation from camp. Has that changed your approach into anything, or do you draw on the confidence on how you finished last season?
Yeah, you draw on the confidence for sure, but you know that nothing's guaranteed to you. Like every guy, we have so much young talent on this team that any guy can make his debut out of camp. Any guy can break camp with the team, no matter if you're on the 40-man or not. And I know that nothing's guaranteed. I'm just grateful for every opportunity that they give me, and I'm just going to control what I can control.
When you look at that Western line, so you want to work on this winter, where was that at?
Yeah, I'd say fairly mediocre to end the year. Long season and stuff like that, but that's the stuff I think people kind of forget. They're just working out hard. They're just lifting heavy weights. They're playing the games. It's about dieting, sleeping right, recovering the right way, and seeing the muscle mass numbers increase and the fat mass numbers decrease. That's something that will help me in the long run and hopefully, just carry me through the season.
The way you felt at the end of the year, kind of digging into what you need to do this winter to feel at the end of next year?
Actually, it was kind of like when around June was when that flip was made. It was on the pitching side as well, but also in the kitchen as well. Getting the protein numbers up throughout the day, and then being able to finish strong. I felt great in San Francisco. I was telling my family I wish the season was another month longer because I didn't want to leave the big leagues for California. But I felt great at the end of the year, and I knew I had 50 more innings in me.
Would you have to cut out diet-wise? What was your thing?
It wasn't anything I had to cut out. It was just more like, hey, just get the protein numbers up. I've been having a steak a day at home. My mom's kitchen smells like New York strips. My goodness. But it's not too bad as long as I give them a couple plates.
You throw like 140, 150 innings every year. How did you feel differently at the end of 2024 together?
Yeah, I think I finished with 175 is what it was. I think it was such a great just linear path upwards from college. I think it was 103 in my draft year, got like 6 more in low A, got like 140 something in it's 22 year, 150 something in 23 year, and then come this year it's 175. So it's like a good increase each year, and that was a nice way for my arm and body like recover each time, but still increase the innings.
Michael, how much do you and Quinn lean on each other, talk smack to one another? I mean, he's kind of a quirky guy, and he embraces it, but he's
Totally.
talking about the friendship with you guys.
Yeah, I played against Quinn in high school. For anyone that doesn't know, did not throw as hard back then. Saw the ball really well off him. He won't tell you that, but it was a good time. Then I played club ball with him a little bit, so we're from the same area, know each other fairly well. I'm very happy that we got closer this year, being on the same team, not playing against one another. It was in Nashville, like I was telling him, he has such a great year. Like low A had dominated, high had dominated, same with double A. Just ran out of gas, I think, at the end, and he is losing his mind. And I'm just totally ratting him out. He was like, dude, oh my gosh, my Quinn. Dude, you've had an exceptional year. You can give up 20 runs tomorrow. You're still going to win minor league pitch of the year. You're still going to win Cardinal pitch of the year. You'll be fine, I promise you. Oh, dude, I suck. Oh my God, this guy's an idiot. But it was so great. I was so happy for Quinn's year, and I know he's going to do great things for us in the future.
Mike, going back to the high school things, you played shortstop for the high school. Did
Yeah.
you ever take that back against Quinn?
Yeah, I did. Actually, no, I didn't take it at bat against Quinn. Just how like the season worked out, he didn't pitch against us, but I do remember I had an RBI against his buddy, and it was a ground ball to Quinn. And he threw it home, which he shouldn't have. Made that. I mean, probably sailed it over the fence. My team ended up taking the lead and stuff. So, I didn't see that much of greatness from Quinn in high school.
Was he playing first or the outfield?
He was playing first. Yeah, normally I think he was in the outfield, but I think they had a guy committed that was a senior out there at the time. But no, Quinn was a great baseball player in high school as well.
Michael, have you given any thought with how it might be if you're a reliever and how your stuff might play in that role after your experience this past year in the big leagues?
Yeah, I mean, was able to call him the old relieving days in college. First day up, drive up from Memphis at 7 a.m. to St. Louis, stop at a McDonald's halfway, and then I'm relieving 7th, 8th, and 9th in the big leagues. Like completely zoned out too, and everybody starts standing up with 2 outs. I'm like, why are they standing up? Like, oh my gosh, it's the 9th inning right now.
Yeah.
Not used to that too much. But yeah, whatever. Like, I'm just here to pitch. I'm here to control what I can control, whatever role they have me in. I just want to get hitters out and get outs for the Cardinals.
Do you think you might see some of the stuff either the velo or that kind of play up a bit in shorter bursts?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, shorter bursts. Just it's how the body recovers. It's what the team needs. Maybe I'm 6 innings in relief. Maybe it's just 1. So you take it for what it's worth. 6 innings might not. It's not such a short burst on that one.
Right.
If it's a long relief, but we'll see how it goes.
How do you use some of the adjustments you made last year and turn that into successful goals for this season?
Yeah, definitely don't want to have a slow start. That's for sure. I think that's critical if I want to break camp with the team. St. Louis Cardinals don't want to have a guy with a 6.5 ERA going into the month of May. So I think really priming the body in spring training, sticking to my routine, and then coming in hot for opening day is going to be huge.
Just going back to what kind of you told them year by year, what does that number, that increase cost you? How's like indicative is it what you trying to do out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows that I try to stay healthy. My goal is always to make every start, take the ball every 5th day, and it's the cool goal of maybe 200 innings a year, and then the more innings I throw, puts the team in a better chance to win.
Michael, in your major league, you faced the defending world champions and you shoved against them. When you grew up imagining, or even in the minor leagues, your major league debut, how did it compare when you imagined it to how it actually played out?
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I was imagining myself hitting a home run because I was playing shortstop, but a little different from how it turned out. But it was just an absolute dream come true. Didn't try to make the moment too big. It's the defending world champions. When Ben Johnson told me, I'm like, who were we playing? He's like, the Rangers. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Try to see, like, nose down from Corey Seager, try not to look him in the eye. But besides that, it's another baseball game. It's the game I grew up loving. Gives me all my friends. Taught me such great core values. You know, same game.
Rams or Chargers?